So Trickifer over on Twitch said, think I'm going to get back into this. Haven't played in quite a while. What's the difference between starting fresh and the expeditions? Are they separate modes? Yes and no. So, technically, yes. What you have is you have save files. So you can have different characters, and each character has a save file. So when you're playing a game on a save file, you have a unique universe that's spawned for that character, and it has its own journey. And when you play that character, when a new expedition comes around, for those who aren't familiar with what expeditions are kind of like adventures or DLCs that Hello Games will periodically put into the game. And these expeditions are limited window events. They're usually around for, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, 6 to 8 weeks, sometimes 12 weeks. They're around for a couple of months. And during these events, you get to earn unique rewards. There's a unique storyline associated with each one of those expeditions. For example, I have played through a couple of them. Most recently, I played through the Aquarius expedition, which happened last September of 2024. That was at the launch of the World's Part 2 update when they added the new underwater biomes, the new submersible, they had added fishing. And so that was all about underwater exploration in a submarine. And so the expeditions are designed to be standalone adventures that are limited time events. They will occasionally cycle back around and repeat older expeditions once a year, usually around the holidays. But to go back to the original question, when you have a character like I have right here, this is a fresh start character, or if you have an older character like I have, every time there's an expedition, you have the option to start a brand new character, which is a brand new save file, which starts fresh in that expedition. Or you can take your existing character and sort of port them into the expedition, run the expedition, and then when you're done with the expedition, you can take the items out that you got from that expedition and bring them back to your main save. So it really is up to you. The way that I prefer to do things is I very much like to play each expedition as its own standalone adventure. And because I play a lot of games. If you're someone who mains, this will probably be a better way to explain this. If you're someone who mains this game and plays every single week, and you've got hundreds of hours every single month, then it's probably going to be the way that you play is you're probably going to take your main character and you're going to take that character and do the expeditions with that character so that you can earn the rewards from the expeditions on that character. However, I don't main this game. I play many different games, and I dip in and out of No Man's Sky the same way that I dip in and out of Lord of the Rings Online, Star Wars: New Republic, Dune Awakening, Enshrouded, etc. So for me, the way that I like to do it is I like to create a brand new character every single time there's an expedition, and I start from scratch. The expeditions are usually around 10 to 15 hours of gameplay, usually speaking. So it's a very easy way for me to have a quick No Man's Sky adventure in between playing lots of other games. So it's like, I'm playing, like, here's an example. Like, right now, I just finished Gears of War Reloaded. I start Hell Is Us on the 1st. Then on the 4th, I have the Indiana Jones The Great Circle DLC. And then I have Chronos: The New Dawn. Then I have Dune Awakening on the 10th. I have Borderlands 4 on the 12th. Somewhere in September, I am going to do the new expedition for No Man's Sky. Where I do that, I don't know yet, but I know from previous expeditions that it's going to be a 10 to 15 hour little boop. And so I can just sort of figure that that's 3 to 4 days of streams, because I stream for about 4 or 5 hours every time I stream. So I know that I can get 4 or 5 days of No Man's Sky out of an expedition. Now, I haven't played in about a year, so that's what I'm doing right now, is I'm refamiliarizing myself with the controls, checking out the new content that just went live with update 6.0, which is the Voyagers update, And then the new expedition is going to drop like next week, and it's going to run for a couple of months. So as soon as I can find time to squeeze in the expedition in between all the other games that I'm playing, I will hop on and do that expedition over, a few days of streams. So for me, the way I always do it is I treat the expeditions like a standalone game. It's like, oh cool, No Man's Sky just dropped a new DLC. Let's go play that DLC for 15 hours. And it's like a little bit of, it's a little blurb. It's like playing Gears of War Reloaded was an 8-hour experience. It's kind of like that. Aliens Fireteam Elite, that was 8 hours of gameplay. So it's kind of like doing that. It's like a little short mini adventure into the worlds of No Man's Sky. And the expeditions always have their own unique storyline and their own unique rewards. So, well, this goes into another question, Trickifer, as well. If you have already played the game and you are already sort of familiar with the base controls, it's always a good idea just treat the expeditions as a standalone, would be my take. If you're a new player, however, I would not recommend starting with an expedition. If you're a new player coming to No Man's Sky for the first time, do not jump into an expedition. Play this first. Come do the new player experience. Learn how to build a base. Learn how to upgrade your ship. Learn the controls of the game. Learn about the space station. Learn about expanding your inventory modules. Learn about the modules themselves, the difference between the A grade and the S grade, B, C, and D, and all that stuff. Learn about the anomaly, how that all works. Like, play the first 20 to 25 hours of the game first. Then go play an expedition. What are the expedition rewards like? Asks Ridge 6. They're different. Every expedition is different. This expedition, you're going to be... it's a multiplayer experience. It's designed to be more rewarding as a multiplayer experience. You're going to be building. One of the things from this expedition is they are going to be walking you through the steps of building your own Corvette. So it's going to be, you're going to get a Corvette out of it. You're going to get you're going to build a ship through the expedition is what it's going to do. Different. Usually you'll get some sort of like a multi-tool or really cool exosuit upgrades. The last expedition that I played was Aquarius. We got a really cool submarine. There's almost always some sort of skins, a new exosuit skin, decorations for your base, decorations for your ship. I think I got a bobblehead for my ship, which adds some like stat bonuses one time. So it's just different for every expedition. And they do multiple expeditions, like 2 or 3 expeditions every year. So yeah, oh, and that's the other thing too, like Garlic said, every expedition, if you start from scratch, it's a randomized character, a randomized ship, and a randomized multi-tool. So it's kind of like you're always doing something slightly different when you go do an expedition. It's like a slightly different flavor of what you're already used to. No, you cannot replay old expeditions on your own, but they do bring old expeditions around from time to time. Usually around the holidays is when they have old expedition comes. And yes, earned rewards from the expeditions can be used across all of your saves, so you can always go back and pull things out and use them. Anyway, that's a basic explanation of expeditions or fresh starts. If you're a veteran, I would say that, you could go in with your veteran character. But if you're fresh start person, don't jump into an expedition to start. Do something else. Hopefully that is a pretty easy explanation for folks. Like, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Daily streams on YouTube and Twitch. This is the day job. I play a lot of games. We start at 4:30 a.m. every single day, Central Time. We go for 4 or 5 hours in the morning. And then I've been easing back into my winter schedule right now, which is evening streams at around 6 p.m., 5 or 6 p.m. Central Time. We're going to be playing Enshrouded tonight with Babylonia's crew. And like I said, we start Hell on Us on the 1st.